The Watcher in the Window. I never used to be afraid of windows, but now, every time the sun goes down, I pull the curtains shut and refuse to look outside. Because I know what's waiting for me. It started a few weeks ago. I had just moved into a new apartment, cheap rent, decent location. The only downside was that my bedroom window faced an old abandoned building. It was boarded up, covered in graffiti, and completely empty. Or so I thought. The first night I noticed something strange. As I was getting into bed, I glanced out my window, and there, in one of the dark, broken windows of the building across the street, someone was standing. Just standing. At first I thought it was a shadow, a trick of the light. But no, it was a person, tall, completely still, facing my window. I stared, frozen. My mind raced with possibilities. A squatter, a prank. Then, in the darkness, they tilted their head. Just slightly, like they knew I was watching. A chill ran down my spine. I shut the curtains and told myself to ignore it. But I barely slept that night. The next night, I told myself not to look. I tried to focus on my phone, on the TV, on anything but that damn window. But the feeling was there. That crawling sensation on the back of my neck. That overwhelming certainty that I was being watched. I couldn't help myself. Slowly I turned my head and peeked through the curtain. They were still there. Same window, same position, but this time, they were closer. Instead of standing in the shadows, they were right up against the glass. I could almost make out a face, but the darkness swallowed most of the details. A breath hitched in my throat. They weren't moving. They weren't blinking. And somehow I knew. They were smiling. I shut the curtains so hard the rod nearly fell. That night I locked my bedroom door. The third night I barely made it through work the next day. My hands were shaky. I kept glancing at reflective surfaces, half expecting to see someone standing behind me. I didn't even eat dinner. I just went straight to my bedroom, locked the door, and pulled the curtains shut. But around midnight, I heard tapping. Slow, rhythmic. Tap, tap, tap. I squeezed my eyes shut. It's the wind. It's the pipes. It's not them. I told myself 100 excuses. Then my phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. "Why won't you look at me?" My blood ran cold. I didn't reply. I didn't breathe. I just sat there, heart pounding, gripping my phone like a lifeline. Another text. "I'm getting closer." I couldn't take it anymore. With trembling hands, I peeled back the curtain, just an inch. And my stomach dropped. They were in my window, not across the street, not in the old building. Right. Address my window. The glass was fogging from their breath. Their head was tilted at that same unnatural angle, and this time I could see the smile. Too wide. Too many teeth. The last night I don't remember screaming. I don't remember running. But I do remember waking up on my couch, clutching a kitchen knife, the sun streaming through the window. When I finally got the courage to check, the old building across the street was still empty. No sign of anyone. No sign of them, but last night, before I went to bed, I got another text. "You shouldn't have looked."